Tesla is facing some backlash now because of Elon Musk and a lot of his work at DOGE, right? So he has permanently harmed the reputation of the companies that he leads with his very harmful and corrupt actions at DOGE, or at least actions that are perceived to be as such. And now the chickens are coming home to roost, and his stock is tanking. It continues to tank. After 6 straight days of losses, one Tesla shareholder used Musk's own words against him. This is over on X. It says, well, Elon Musk tweeted, if any judge anywhere can block every presidential order everywhere, we do not have a democracy. We have tyranny of the judiciary. But this person responded saying, please share 5 things you did for Tesla shareholders this week. Or are you working remotely? Asking for all of us. And this is obviously in reference to these letters that DOGE sent out to federal workers demanding that they detail 5 things that they do at their jobs in order to justify their jobs to these DOGE officials and to the Trump administration. A lot of people found it to be very insulting, very inefficient. And they're saying, we just want a proof of life. But what is Elon Musk doing in the meantime with his own companies? And he's tanking his own stock as he's doing all these other things that he doesn't need to be doing. So the backlash is coming in toward Elon Musk from all places, right? You have Sheryl Crow, the singer. She sold her Tesla. I think I actually saw this post on Instagram where she sold her Tesla and she is donating the funds now to NPR, which is one of the media outlets that Elon Musk is targeting with his work at DOGE. Also, you have regular people who have purchased Teslas in the past, and now they're regretting that decision. They're regretting their association with Elon Musk. And so they're putting bumper stickers like this one on the back of their cars saying things like, I bought this before Elon went crazy, or I bought this before I knew how crazy he was, right? So to be fair, and we have to be fair, some people have pointed out that the stock is still noticeably higher than it was before Trump was reelected and back in office. It was about 15% higher. So while this is true, this is also true. Tesla stock is down from a pre-inauguration high of nearly $500 per share. And you can see it here. This is from CNBC. And it shows that it's down 29%. So it's a loss of 41%. The stock has begun to decline ahead of the inauguration, but after Musk's salute, the salute heard around the world, things really started to tank. And this is a headline from The Independent. It says Tesla's stock sinks by 26% in wake of Elon Musk's Nazi salute at a Trump rally. So Musk received criticism for that across the political spectrum from both the left wingers and the right wingers. Even one Tesla manager and engineer got fired for responding to this salute on LinkedIn. Jared Ottman responded to Elon Musk's tweet where he had a whole bunch of Nazi-related puns, and including one that says, bet you did not see that coming, with a crying from laughter emoji. And Jordan said, well, we have seen it coming. Elon's behavior, whatever the underlying motivations, are well documented. Starting in 2022, and especially the last week, I've raised the issue internally multiple times with managers, HR, legal compliance, investor relations. And while overwhelmingly people offer personal support, Tesla as a company has remained silent. Also, from The Independent, we have some reporting that says Musk, the richest man in the world, derives approximately 60% of his wealth from his Tesla shares, according to Fortune, with the company's stock dwindling around 25% over the last month. Musk's net worth could be down more than $50 billion. And Jordan, that's such a good point because so much of Elon Musk's wealth and his net worth is derived from government contracts and from speculative, from the stock market, basically, right? From the valuation of all of his companies that he's working for. So a lot of people believe that one of the ways to curb Elon Musk and his influence over the government and over the world in general is to affect his valuation and to affect his stock price, because that is where he's going to feel the most retribution from the people toward him and toward his companies and towards his actions and his values, et cetera. So what do you think? Is this going to have any kind of impact on him, or do you think it's just going to bounce back eventually?
You know, so much of car prices and consumer behavior towards cars is about status. And for a while, Teslas were the standard ones were seen as like the pinnacle of EVs. But if you look at the quarter four, like actually any of last year, 2024, you saw Tesla's market share decline and domestic and other competitor manufacturers rise with an increase in EV sales. It was a huge jump over the past few years. Part of that's through tax credits and incentives. So it's a mix of a few different things, but then Tesla stock has always been knocked as overinflated and partially speculative. So you would assume that because they're dominant, because they have such a high market share, more people later down the line are going to buy those Teslas. Well, you can't be as confident now because of his behavior that potential or prospective Tesla buyers would go with a Tesla when you have other competitors at lower price points made by domestic manufacturers and growing market share for those competitors. There's a lot of different factors that feed into it. I'm not sure this rebounds, and it just seems to continue to decline when many people don't want to be associated with these cars anymore.
Yeah, and it's not just the cars. Like that could be a reason why he's going so much for these government contracts, because he does get a lot of his money from those. So let's see what happens with the FAA. Maybe that'll be his new cash cow.
When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?